And we're live. All right. Good morning, Robert. Robert just
Good
got
morning.
Robert just got done playing his piano for a while.
Yeah, I usually play early in the morning and
Uh,
wake up all the neighbors, and
mm.
and then I quit after they're awake.
Because
Kind of
that's
like
not.
rooster call.
Yeah, that's not really fun anymore. Once they're awake, it's like loses the thrill.
That's right.
All right. So the market is just about to open in moments. So what are we seeing this morning?
Well, let me go ahead and share my screen. Basically, the NASDAQ has been going up all night since. Well, it's been going up since a half an hour before market close yesterday. It opened strong at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and it's basically been going up the whole time. It's starting to retrace just a little bit. The Trendillo turned on green at about, well, it hasn't turned green yet on the 30-minute. So it does seem to be fairly overbought on the 30-minute though. But yeah, the Trendillo has not yet turned green. 30-minute, 15-minute, it has turned green at about 3 hours ago. So I watched Rips for about an hour this morning. He did put on a trade in here somewhere at about 7:30s. He traded it up and he caught this push up, so he made some good money there on a long position. So
Yeah, it's one of the things with Rips is even if you're if you happen to be up early, even if you're not trading, if you're just running around, you can just listen to him and really get a lot out of it. So that's something. Sometimes in the morning earlier, I'm just kind of running around, got to do things, but I'll just listen, and it's educational and fun just right there.
yeah, he is a really good source of information too. He does teach, his viewers a lot of things about, how the whole thing works and how to, if you have a funded account, how to keep it alive. A lot of people didn't know that once you have an XFA, you have to take a trade, like at least one trade every 30 days, or they will close your account. So,
oh wow!
But basically, all you have to do is just go to the micros and just buy it and sell it. That's all you have to
do. Yeah.
That's the minimum qualification. The fees will probably cost you 48 cents or something, but yeah, it is. NASDAQ is coming down right now a bit.
Yeah, I'm watching. It's a little bit
3-minute. So I was gonna say one good way to trade this, especially on a day like yesterday where it's kind of just really, we had a lot of down. It was just pushing down, and it would start to act like it was going to go up, and then it would just dump and go lower, and it did this most of the day. So most of the trading day, right off New York Open. If you could have shorted the NASDAQ off New York Open yesterday, you could have made, 10 grand or some crazy amount. It was huge. So basically, there was finally a small rally late morning. I think I got in, took some scalps about 9 a.m. or 9:30 Pacific time. So yesterday I made about $1,365. I had one $300 and some loss, and all the rest were winning trades. So
whoa.
it was a pretty good day. Big dump.
Yeah. That is awesome. Boom. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, look at it. It's really selling off.
Wow.
So New York Open just happened.
As
And
we can see, woof.
yeah, they continued. It was looking bullish or bearish already. They continued dumping it as it opened. So it'll just be interesting to see what happens. I do have seen a pattern just repeat itself many, many times where they'll dump it off a New York Open or pump it a little bit and then dump it. And then about 20 minutes or so, 20 to 30 minutes after New York Open, it starts to rally. And that can be the start of a whole upside day and just a huge long. We do have Powell speaking today. Let me see what the schedule is. So Fed Speaker Powell.
Yeah, what is the...
All right, so Canadian retail sales, that was an hour ago. Okay, we have Bostic speaking half an hour ago. Powell speaks in 27 minutes. So that's a, we also have new U.S. new home sales in 27 minutes as well, 26 minutes. So those two things are going to probably move the market some.
Oh, and where is that site that where you actually looking?
This is actually on topstep.com.
Oh, okay, it's over on Top Step.
You just log in and then you go to click on resources, and then you just scroll down and there it is. So
oh, okay, perfect. So there you go.
Shows you the dates, and from within this window here, you can use your mouse roller and scroll down and see. Oh, the 25th. That's what, Sunday. It's a UK holiday. August 26th. U.S. durable goods. That's on Monday. And U.S. core durable goods is also happening.
Gotcha. Let's see, where is that? Resources, and then, oh, there it is. You got all the stuff. Yep. There it is. Trade. Focus on being disciplined. Oh, this is great. Well, there everybody goes. I mean, there you go. Another reason to be on Top Step. This is awesome. I like it, and there's even a Top Step Discord, which is interesting. I don't really Discord. I got to be honest with you. I'm too old for that, but Discord is pretty cool, though. I mean, I've never been on the Top Step Discord, but I'd be kind of curious what's going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I've been on there. They say you can go and find a buddy to trade with. I kind of wanted to go there and maybe get advice from, really seasoned traders and just kind of get different takes on, how they do things, because I do things a certain way, and never really got much response. Of course, I didn't hang out there and wait all day. But yeah, they say you can find a trading buddy and get advice and, ask questions. So there's a few ways to do that in Discord.
Looks like we are making a reversal now. I mean, how long that will last, hard to tell. But they do like to sink it on the open or pump it on the open, and then then exactly the opposite happens after that. So we have volume increased for sure.
Yeah, we do have New York opening volume right now. So after yesterday, I'm a little gun shy on these little fish hook patterns because, after the price drops, they could just dump it some more.
Yeah, I like that. That's there's when you can trademark the fish hook pattern. Because like, don't take the bait,
You'll be the fish.
Don't be the fish hook. Yeah, really.
Fish Friday night.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. I wonder, is there any like big news this morning? Let's see, big news out there in the world. No.
Well, one of the things I keep seeing um, is they keep trying to put news on the internet that, oh, sources,
Oh,
sources tell ABC News that Kennedy is going to drop out and work for Trump and all this stuff. And then they said it about Kennedy going to work for Biden before. And I said,
oh,
oh, wait a minute. He's an independent. He was formerly a Democrat. He's not going to turncoat and go and support the Republicans. And he's no longer a Democrat, so why would he even go there? He doesn't need a job. He has money. He's a Kennedy. He doesn't need to do any of that.
yeah.
It's not about political power for him.
No, he's a unique character. There's a lot
Yeah,
to
he
study
is.
there. I mean,
Yeah,
he has
they
he
don't like
has.
him. That they meaning the government or the deep state, whatever you want to call it. They don't like
Hmm.
Kennedy because he's got it together, and he's just
Yeah.
going to say how it is. Basically spoke out against the vaccines. A
Hmm.
lot of people don't like that. They don't like to feel like they might have made the wrong choice, and the government really doesn't like it because they're not done. They've only just gotten started with this pushing vaccines. So
And we can see it ramping. I mean, we'll see what
yeah,
happens, but we can see another effort towards that ramping up. I mean, it's definitely, and anybody who follows news at all, any is going to see that you know they're
well, when you
they're
start
working it. They're
seeing,
seeing if they can get the velocity going.
yeah, when you start seeing little, almost like commercial like little things where Bill Gates is saying with a smirk on his face,
Oh,
there, trust me, there will be another vaccine. He's got
oh,
a
I
smirk on
know.
his face every time he says it. Um, there will be. So be
Yeah.
ready. So
Well, that's one of the insider like things. We all know some kind of insider info. Like everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. I mean, it's doesn't make a person special. You know what I mean? But everybody knows a little bit. A lot about some. Off the grid things. There's something you just happen to know about, and that was one of the things that I was a Microsofter for a good couple of years, and I
mhm.
worked for a company that Microsoft owned actually, and we were there in the Redmond campus, which is really in Bellevue, and that's when he was still around. Like
Mhm.
Mr. Gates was still there, and he would frequent that building because it's where they did like TV stuff and all. There was like a TV studio in there, and it's where they did like a bunch of conference calls. So anyway, and I don't want to get myself in trouble. I know everything we say is public on. I'm just saying that guy was an asshole. He was the most abrasive. That man was so full of malice and spite. He couldn't be nice to anybody. He was such a. And so whenever people, and I know people who worked with him for a decade, who were older Microsofters, and I've heard the stories, and I know the people I knew weren't kidding me. I knew that it was truthful what they were saying, and anyway, so then when people tell me that this guy is now doing humanitarian work, I'm just like, guys, I'm sorry, I could never go there. That man was mean.
Well, Jeff Berwick, you probably know who he is. Um,
Yes,
he's the guy that runs Anarchapulco and has
yes,
the Dollar Vigilante and all that. He came
hmm,
up with a term. I don't know if he came up with it himself, but he said it. He said, Bill Gates is actually not a philanthropist. He's a philanthropath. And the meaning of that word is it's a philanthropist,
oh
or it's
yes,
a psychopath masquerading as a philanthropist. So he's a philanthropath. And that
oh
just really
wow,
suits him because A, he gives medical advice. He's not a doctor. Knows absolutely nothing about medicine. Um, you can tell by watching him that he's inherently cruel and doesn't care about people, especially when he says things like, "Yeah, we just take little kids and just just grab their arm and just shoot them right into the vein with the, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Uh, shots don't go into the vein. That would kill
Oh.
somebody probably.
Mm.
So, yeah, no. I don't
Yeah.
know why he said that, but that's just the most insane thing I've ever heard or seen.
I know. Yeah. Not a nice character. A philanthropath is a good way to put it. And anybody who studies the narcissistic psychopaths, if it's something that somebody studies, like I say, everybody knows a lot about a few how would I put it? Everybody knows a lot about a very few things. We're mostly generalists, but there's something for whatever reason you just happen to have a lot of knowledge about. It's usually by accident. um, and I did study narcissistic psychopaths for quite a lot. You can't see them behind me. Well, the bookcases, that's one of the bookcases, but I actually have a stack of books on narcissistic psychopaths and narcissists, and just because I had a few in my life, and it helps you to understand where they're coming from. And I would just say that there's a real case to be made if you want to get eclectic, that the psychopath, like the narcissistic psychopath, because they kind of go together. They really are. Every
Yeah.
narcissist is a psychopath. Every psychopath is a narcissist, but there's varying degrees. There are some people that are just narcissists that are not totally psychopaths, but it's always going to be a scale somewhat. They're going to have a lot in common. So your narcissistic psychopath, are they really even human? You kind of go like, I don't know. If you look into, if we get way out there, in woo-woo land, yeah, is everybody human actually human? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know about Mr. Gates.
there's a lot of different theories about that. I've heard a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things. I've heard people say that Bill Gates was actually died or was, unalived or whatever years ago, and that basically he's been replaced with a clone. I heard the same thing about Biden. In fact, a lot of people are showing pictures of Biden 20 years
Yes.
ago and then comparing it to now. It's like he doesn't have the same ears. His face isn't quite the same. It's just, of course, when you age 20 years, when you're already old, your face isn't going to be the same 20 years later when you're in your
Oh
80s.
yeah.
But it's just a little bit too different. He doesn't really look like the same person that used to be, that he used to be before he was president.
No, I agree.
They say
He's
it's not even him. It's just some stand-in or clone or,
now
somebody
I
they,
believe. Yeah. No, I believe it. It one of those things where it's good to be open-minded like that, and I think it's one of the most inspiring things, and freeing things, and empowering things when people can just say, I don't know, rather than just be like, I have to know. Just be like, I don't know. Like is that the real Biden? Like, hey man, I don't know. Can they can they clone people that well? Like, hey, I don't know. Probably, if you ask me. I mean, I think so.
I'm pretty
And
sure they
also,
can.
yeah, and
There's
also
a lot
we
of,
see
go
you
ahead.
see a lot of pictures like that, or videos on like that online about many public figures where like it kind of shows the mask, like the wrinkle or whatever, and when you see what they can do with those, like the whole head masks that people can put on, I
Yeah.
mean, whew, and they'll show like, wait, they were. They'll like take pictures of getting like in and out of Air Force One and be like, look, he was shorter, he was taller, taller, shorter. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's yeah, mm-hmm,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
It's
There's
good
some
to
weird
be
stuff going on.
yeah, it's good to be open minded, just because like it makes life a lot more fun.
Yeah, it really does. In fact, it helps you in your deductive reasoning
Mm-hmm.
capabilities to, just question a lot of different aspects of reality, question government, because basically, there are people who have came out and, whistleblowers that have came out and said, um, that were ex-military. They said everything that they were taught is misinformation,
Mm-hmm.
and they were told that by superiors. Um, so that opens up a big can of worms. How much
Oh,
misinformation is taught in the schools?
woo!
Is the Earth really does it really contain only just the continents we are aware of or made aware of? Is there a
Oh,
lot more to it? I don't think the Earth
yeah.
is flat, but it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
totally outside the realm of possibility. It just doesn't seem logical to me. But it does seem
Mm-hmm.
logical to me that there's a lot of stuff going on that they don't want us to know about. And when we start talking about it, they have a way to, make us seem like we're unintelligent
Oh, yeah.
or conspiracy theorists,
Mm-hmm.
whole Warren Commission term that, meant to discredit anybody who is a free thinker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's why we're traders, because we know. you know, well, I think one of the things about maybe trading is that there's it sounds so egotistical. I just use the term, but like there's awake people, then there's like people who are derping their way through life. They're not in their body or really. And the thing is the awake person instantly in all things looks for the truth. They want to get aligned with that. What's the truth here? And then the people who are derping their way through life, they just want to know what the consensus is.
Right.
And so I think traders are the people who really go like, what is the truth? Because you profit on truth. You can't profit on derping.
Well, one thing was going to mention is there's a big difference between awake and woke.
Yes,
Woke is not something I really subscribe to. That's like
that's
what the
derping.
Republicans call the extreme Democrats, the extreme left. With the whole, I'm not even going to say it, the whole thing.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, being awake is a good thing because it means you're no longer sleeping,
Yeah.
and they
And
want you asleep, so you'll just kind of be another, NPC,
yeah,
non-player character,
non-player character. And
going
there's
through life, eating everything in sight, drinking
yeah,
32-ounce Pepsis, and
it can be
using lots of
empowering.
soy products.
Mm. I gotta admit, once in a while, I do like a little bit of organic tofu, like maybe twice a month. But I know it's probably not the best thing, but I like it. But other than that, I keep away from the soy. Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, genetically modified soybean products are in
Mm-hmm.
so many different products, and they put it in cans of chili. They put it in soups. They put it in, I don't know. It'll say right there, hydrolyzed soy protein. Well, what the heck do you need that in there for? You don't.
I know. At least just put a soybean in there, okay? It doesn't have to be it doesn't
Yeah,
have
and
to be.
all the mayonnaise, all the Miracle Whip, even the ones that say made with avocado oil that you pay $10 for. The first ingredient is soybean oil.
Oh, I know.
So you have to read the ingredients, of course.
Hmm. I
So we did
will.
get kind of an interesting little,
Got a little push.
push
I'm
up. It
actually.
actually did turn into a rally. It went down and retested that same area that it dropped down to, which was about 707. Retested 709, 708, right in there. And it's up,
It's making a nice little.
35, 40 points.
Yeah, it's trying to make a move. I just shared the screen. I shared my screen over here, and I just because I love looking for W's. If you can see it, this is a 15-second chart, and it looks like I mean, I'm being very creative with my W there, but still, the one thing I am seeing is if we happen to there's a little bit of like resistance right here at this level, and it's 15-second chart here, and it's above the important moving averages. And so if we can kind of break that previous ceiling there, maybe we could see a little bit of a run, even though the indicators are kind of stressed out now. I'm just watching. It just looks to me like a place we could make a move from, you know and
Yeah, the only thing about that kind of detracts on the short term chart for me is that the Trendello is already turned on and now it is leaving the green on the 15-second.
yeah. Oh, and now we're seeing a little bit of a dumper here. Let me put you back on the stage here. I think I have to unshare. Yes, stop my share, and then you should be shared now. Yeah, you are good.
Yeah, so the Trendello has left the station.
Yep.
It failed to get green here in the several minutes after New York Open, dropped back for the retest of the last low, and then it got kind of bullish, and then they just, now it's rolled over. So I think pretty much they're waiting for Powell to speak.
We're getting a nice little rollover. Yeah, I mean, this is like, it's not too exciting of a chart right now, but it is nice. I like it. Yeah, I think when Powell starts speaking, kind of got to have your finger on the trigger and just see what the sentiment is. I mean, it's a crazy way to trade, but sometimes his words do actually, they, as you mentioned, I mean, right down to the second, your algorithmic trading, bots they're buying and selling, they're making things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot of bots in the NASDAQ, and those are run by big whales and the government, which I'm sure working together to take advantage of extraction of money from the indices. So.
Oh yeah, I always joke about that conference call. It's like George Carlin said, it's a big club and you ain't in it. I'm always thinking like, yep, that's a big conference call and you ain't in it. But anybody ever wants to like anonymously, like like hook me up with that like Zoom or whatever, whatever it is that they're on, that the like the big money is on, like because they gotta be working together. And so I just think I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that call. I just lurk and.
Yeah, and then there's that one real famous guy that presents stocks. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh.
What's his name?
Is he on like the mainstream media?
Yeah, he's on a mainstream. He had a show for years. Probably still does somewhere. But anyway, every time people mention him, I just say he's a government shill.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's going to recommend the stocks they want you to buy.
Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of like there's a lot of that kind of game. It's like what was it? Gosh, what was it? What did Trump coin ever happen? What was that? But I remember like I think it like pumped and it lost like 95% or something like that. Which
yeah, it did happen actually.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking
let me
like
open up Live Coin Watch.
Yeah, and that's the thing where I talk about like people were in that when it pumped, because they knew like, okay, this is going to make money, and then they sold at the top when it rolled over. But the thing is though, that game that was being played, that wrecked a lot of like innocent people who were just like, yay, I want some Trump coin. It's like, well, yeah, now you're as if life's not hard enough right now for most people with the economy. You gotta, Trump's gotta totally like just ass hammer you.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can see my screen right now, right? Look at how many Trump coins there are or were. There was Trump with hat,
Trump with
another
hat,
Trump coin, Trump bull,
Trump.
He's got a little Pepe frog there.
Oh.
Another Trump, yet another one, another Trump with hat. People just copy the names and make up a coin.
Mm-hmm.
So this one here, let's see if these are actually traded on any real exchanges. Well, this one is traded on Radium Exchange, which I have seen before, but it's teeny tiny little exchange.
That's really no market. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a 9,000K volume. There was one here that I looked at maybe about 4 months ago, that actually it had gone up pretty well. Let's see if I can find it real quick without wasting a lot of time. Oh, this one is when you see a little 0.0 and then you see a little tiny number in there, it means it's a micro, really. So it's worth less than 0.00000000001 BTC.
Wow.
But it has gone. It did do 140% in a year, which really isn't very good for a micro.
Shitcoin. Yeah.
For a shitcoin, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Only traded on Uniswap against Ethereum.
And I have to admit, I'll just admit it. I'm kind of getting to be an old man sometimes. I don't like Uniswap and such. I like easier trading. It's one of the nice things about the NASDAQ. If you're just learning it, getting good at it, and you can just right click and click and set your order, your buy sell up. I mean, I don't want to try so hard anymore. If someone says, "Oh man, it's a great coin, it's on Uniswap," I'm like, no. It's just a pain in the ass. I don't want to bother. I can, but no.
Here's another Trump whiff hat. Whiff.
Oh, I like his hat.
Showing him wearing a stocking cap, a beanie.
Oh, oh gosh.
Good for a laugh.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, where'd your screen go there? I can.
I closed it accidentally. Let me try that again here.
Okay,
let's go back to Trading View. There we go.
And add to stage. Boom. But yeah, so we're kind of just sideways. I always kind of call this kind of pattern just a ranging pattern. That's what I call it. Just it means that the money is just keeping it in a little range. They're working it. They're getting the longs and shorts in, but they're keeping it in this little range just so they can, keep the action going, keep the market makers happening, and I would say I think you're right. I think they're waiting for the sentiment today with Powell. I think also the housing is going to be a big deal because that's something that a lot of people are really watching. But especially with Powell and the housing, I think we'll see a lot of jerkiness for sure. It'll break that range that it's in right now, I think, when Powell speaks, and then we get the housing numbers.
Yeah, that happens in about 1 minute from right now. So,
all right, getting ready to see it.
I might actually take a trade, or I might not. We'll see.
I know, it's like.
So I'm just going to tell you real quick what Rips does. He stretches the chart out like this, and he's looking at the book map, and he's got it like this. Just couple dollar increments between prices, and he's trading just little moves, and he can see where the orders are, and then he puts on, a few units, puts on a few more if he likes the trade.
Wow.
Depending, and he just waits for it to go up or go down, depending on where the orders are sitting. And it looks like a huge move, but really it's only moving like, maybe see. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Boom, boom. So somebody said something, or they front ran it. I'm not sure which. Ooh, rowdy.
I know.
You should see it on Top Step X.
I just made a good number of dollars right there. I caught that.
Did you? Good.
Yeah, I got in, sold. Yeah, I'd almost ride it longer, but I'm like, nah, I know this is going to be a volatile move, so I just grabbed like about 250 off that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to trade the Afterglow.
Yes.
So we'll see. This could be start of a big trending day. I think it's a little crazy right now because I don't like to lose money. But it would have been a nice scalp if I hadn't been jabbering so much. I could have actually been looking at my screen.
Well, that
but
was
hey, we're here for the entertainment, right?
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Well, that was a great scalp opportunity, and it just happens to be I just caught it, but it was risky. It was kind of not really the best move on my part, but I got lucky. So that wasn't really the best strategy, but sometimes it just works because this is going to turn around. But what the crap did he say? I mean, did they cut interest rates? What the hell,
I'm not sure, but
that's a push. Are we going to hit 20K? I mean, maybe.
Ooh, my goodness. It's just going gangbusters.
I know. Jeez.
Trendillo just turned green on the 2 minute, on the 4 minute, 5 minute. Went back into the green on the 15 minute. Jeez. Wow. Nice.
Yeah, he said something that people liked.
Yeah, a lot of times if he just says something that's completely neutral, the market will say, okay, there's no bad news. Let's pump the market. They just
Mm-hmm.
buy it.
And you can look at top step levels, and like I say, I uh, I just emailed. I did a screenshot and I emailed that to myself because I want to print that in color so I can see it and put it over next to the monitor. Because like right now we're making a move. When you look at top step levels, yesterday's volume point of control, we're making a move towards that. So I could see, and that was right at 19,896. So wouldn't surprise me if we found a little resistance there. Like if I wanted to do a really risky long, I would do it until that point and sell. But you know, I know we're in crazy town right now, but the top
Yeah, we
step
are.
levels is so incredibly useful. That is just, it is amazing what is free in this world. I know you pay for top step, but it's like, well, I mean, it's free. It's free to me. It's you get so much. How can you even say it costs money? you know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm an early Top Step X adopter, so I ended up getting a $19 50K combine. My buddy bought 3 of them, I think.
Mm.
So that's a bargain.
Oh yeah.
It's almost free.
It's almost free. I mean, you're gonna, you can pay for that in, one of your many trades throughout the week or day or whatever. Boing, there you go. Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the order book, the size fill, anything over 7. It's not that pumped up right now, and it's mostly sells coming in. I think we're starting to see some sell pressure.
I think it's pretty pumped up, actually.
I think it's no sell pressure yet. People are still all
Oh yeah,
in.
they're selling it.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some of that come in.
Yeah, these are 1 minute candles I'm sharing here, so
Oh yeah.
it's definitely coming down. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait
I
for the
need.
next, um, wait for the reversal to get done, and then maybe trade a little, you know, little bullish run or bullish
Oh
upswing.
yeah.
But they're nice to trade when they ease into it, and you got confirmation, and you know what's going on. You know you're not, buying the top or
Oh yeah. I mean,
or selling the bottom.
these I only have limited time in the morning, so I'm a little bit aggressive, but I still don't get in something unless it looks good. But yeah, if I had a few hours to sit here, even like 2 or 3, yeah, I would just be waiting for the perfect move. I wouldn't do anything risk like I did this morning. That was a little bit of a that was a high octane speculation trade, but it worked. But it could have gone the other way too. Um, And Monday morning on the Radiant Creators Show, Monday morning, I have Andy Schechtman on again from Miles
Mm-hmm.
Franklin. And he's a great one to ask all kinds of questions. I was going to ask him about, like he's a metals guy, but he has a good handle on the market, a lot of unique ways of seeing things. And so anyway, it'll be fun Monday morning. I'll be asking him a bunch of stuff, about his insight on things. But his thing is kind of easy. His overall take is just make sure you got some silver and gold, and make sure you got tangible assets, like, and just because if the dollar does like if even if let's say Trump wins and he weakens the dollar and doesn't pump the interest rates, it's going to be good for us in the market. We can just trade, but the dollars that people have in their bank accounts are going to be worth less and less and less. So we'll have a pumping market while we have hyperinflation. So
Right.
it's like, it's just, I like talking to him because it's traders like to be realists. We need the truth to make money. I think it's why there's only a select few who can actually be traders because we love the truth.
Yeah, that's right.
Truth lovers. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be back on. Well, I got to get running. As always, I got to go and get myself off to the office today and do that stuff. but I find when I schedule things, it works a lot better, and do my best to get on earlier than last minute. But I will schedule for like Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday of next week. And um,
Okay.
I thought on the way out, I would just maybe I'll mention real quick on the way out, since let me actually present real quick, just in case anybody likes the crypto. I'll just fire this up before we go and show everybody. So Bitcoin this morning. This is Bitcoin versus USD on Coinbase. I'm being very creative with my upwards channel, but I think that you can kind of use an upwards channel to sometimes they're very clear. Maybe this one is I'm being a little bit creative, but I'm on the 4-hour chart. We are seeing, and these are like the standard kind of blockchain education indicators. You can certainly use the futures ones too, but we're moving up on the 4-hour chart. We're above the 314 moving average. We're getting ready to challenge and cross that 200 moving average. So one thing I'm kind of doing is watching Bitcoin for a 4-hour 200 moving average cross. I might even do a little position today or something. Just watch for that cross. I think we could maybe see a continuation, a bit of an uptrend. We'll just see. Maybe Bitcoin's getting in a good mood. Looking on the daily, we're kind of seeing a bit of we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, and I have this big let me close that, this big Fibonacci sequence here that I've been watching forever. Let's see how we're looking. Let me fire the up. Z. Wanna where did I fire this up from? Yeah, this goes back to like November 2022, this fib sequence. And so we're watching Bitcoin go up, and we're kind of in a weak spot. I really don't like anywhere in here when it comes to reversals. The 236, the 382, I'm like, blah. All that's kind of a crappy area. I like .5s or 618s or even 786s, but we are even on the daily, we can see that just looking at the 200, since we tend to do that a lot on blockchain education. On the daily, you can see we came down to a 314 bounce. We wicked below it. We've been challenging that 200. We're working on it. So I don't know. I'm just watching Bitcoin for maybe this could be a moment of a bullish reversal. We'll see what happens. Anything goes. We're kind of in crazy town worldwide. So we'll see what people think of Bitcoin. But we're poised, I think, for it to start, maybe making a run again. I'm more looking at that than it dumping. But still, it's a little bit of a I'm not quite inspired yet, but if we get that 4-hour cross, maybe I might hop in there and ride that and see if we get the daily 200 cross and just watch it. Yeah, just maybe. I love my Bitcoin, but I only buy it when it's going to make money. I really don't buy and hold any crypto at all. I just buy it, make money, then sell it.
Yeah.
Beam. Yeah, Beam is I love Beam. People may not know about Beam, but Beam is like it's the Nimblewimble protocol. It's a privacy coin, and it's what Grin is based on. Like it uses this. It's basically a better version of Grin, if you're familiar with that one. And it's a lot more. It's many generations newer than Monero. But I think that for privacy coins, I think Beam is like, it has a good wallet. Things are happening. So anyway, just it's a shit coin. I don't want to say too much about it, but Beam is pretty good. I like it. It's just a project that I just like, and on the 4-hour chart, we're starting to see a little bit of friskiness there. Just one that I'm watching. I would love to get a Beam trade in and just let it just run and make money. I've done that a few times, but I've been watching it, and we have I won't give away the secrets, but on blockchain education, we have something called a D30, and if you guys are watching, we're just getting ready to hit that on the 4-hour chart, maybe in the right place for it to make a move. I think it's a wonderful coin, wonderful project. If you ever wanted a privacy coin, Beam is one to use. Not financial advice, but I like it. I like seeing it do well. So I do think that it's one to watch. And what else we got here? I had an alert go off. What's going on? Let's see. Did we
broke the last high.
Yeah, look at that.
And it's trying to reach up to that green level that you talked about, which was yesterday's volume point of control.
Oh yeah, we're pushing. And look what Bitcoin's doing here. Bitcoin just broke the 4-hour chart. It broke the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, and that gave us a blue diamond, which means that within one to three candles, we broke the 200 and the 314. So look at that. Bitcoin's getting bullish this morning. It's a monster truck. It's a monster truck breaking, jumping over those moving averages. So anyway, I better get going. But for our crypto friends, hope that was inspiring.
Yeah. Go Bitcoin, go NASDAQ.
Go Bitcoin, go NASDAQ. We got some, yeah. And you mentioned, where is that NASDAQ? Oh my gosh. Look at that on the 15-second chart. Yeah, it's pushing. Woo. All right, well, everybody, make money today. I'll be working on making some money on my phone, best I can trade. So anyway, take care, everybody. Take care, Robert. I'll get them all scheduled for next week, and it just gets better.
Yep, it sure does.
All right, talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks to you. Bye.
Yep.